Hi YouTube! I am here to record the video for Love and Hip Hop New York Season 6 Episode 11. It was titled The Wait is Over. That pertains to Mendeecees' case, I'm assuming. So, hold on, give me a second. Okay, I'm sorry y'all. This was just Patty's pie and it was sitting in my lap and I just love it, okay? I'm not about to be singing Patty or turn into Patty LaBelle, but y'all, for real, this pie is good. If you don't feel like making any sweet potato pie on your own and you just need something that's just sweet but not too sweet and real light and fluffy, it's great. Anyways, I will wait till the end of the video to finish that. But anyways, so this week's episode, so much happened. It's actually a pretty good episode. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hate. So let's start with the Gwenin Fest, where it left off. The Gwenin Fest. So DJ Self is all extra dramatic. He finally announces the winner, and it is, drumroll please, Young B, Bianca. I was like super excited because honestly, had it been BBOD or Mariah Lynn, I would have been like, what? Like, are you serious? But no, it was Bianca, and I think she has the look. I think she's marketable. I think she's great. I think she's serious about it, and she pulled the drama to the side. Now, let's be honest for a second. Honestly, the drama comes to her. She never went looking for the drama. She didn't start things, she just finished them. But whatever the case, her and Yandy are super happy, and there's tears of joy, and BBOD is salty, which is kind of understandable. They just got into a little tiff backstage, so of course they're not going to be the happiest people in the world. And Mariah Lynn was like, well, if it couldn't be me, then I'm glad it was my girl Bianca. Girl, it was not going to be you. But, you know, your song's catchy. Anywho, I know I'm not going in order, but let's just go to the scene with Mariah Lynn, Cardi B, and Young B. So, you know, when VH1 first started putting them in scenes together, I'm watching it like, oh my gosh, this is so freaking staged. But I'm actually starting to like really kind of enjoy their little friendship that they formed with each other. Like, they know that like all of them like over dramatize all of their stories, but they just go with it because that is what friends is supposed to do. Like, if I'm tripping, my friend, just let me trip for a second. Just let me be all into my story, but you know that it really wasn't that big of a deal. So basically, that's what they're doing, especially when Cardi B is talking. Of course, she is like live, free entertainment. And so she's like, you know, what happened at the Gwenin Fest? And they're talking about the restraining order and all that, yada, yada, yada. Then Cardi starts talking about her man in jail. He wants her to like basically like stop her career and pop out all these babies and be a housewife, and she ain't about that life. And she's mad at Self because he didn't tell her about the Gwenin Fest and he's not taking her seriously in her music and all this stuff. Then Mariah Lynn says, you know, I'm like really worried because my mom's is about to have a baby here in a couple of weeks, and what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have to put my career on hold and be taking care of a baby. And then so Bianca basically tells them, you know, things happen in life. Things with your boyfriend Cardi and things with your mama and the baby Mariah Lynn. But you have to make decisions for yourself. I do think that was great advice. However, it's much easier said than done. If this is Mariah Lynn's baby brother or sister that's on the way, it's going to be hard for her to be like, I'm not taking care of this baby, especially if her mom is in jail. And so, but at the same time, is that fair to her? This wasn't her doing, so you know that's kind of like it's a catch-22. She's between a rock and a hard place. So, and then as far as Cardi B, that's easy to get out of, but whatever the case. Okay, so let me see if I can think of. I don't know the order, so Yandy and Mendeecees. So the episode is titled "The Wait Is Over." Okay, so I believe that pertains to Mendeecees' wait for sentencing is over. They finally come to a clear-cut decision that it's going to be 8 years. Of course, we've known this, but we've had to let it play out on the show. Yandy, like, I feel so sorry for them, but at the same time, like, he's he's not really too sad about it at this point, because he was like, I've been knowing all this time that I was going to have to pay for the mistakes that I made when I was younger. So, in his mind, he's probably thinking, well, wow, it could have been 20 years. It is 8 years, and I will take that. And Remy and Pat did it, so it is possible. And I believe that him and Yandy have like a very like strong connection and love and commitment to one another. So I think it'll be hard, but they will more than likely be okay. But anyway, so he's talking about, well, I really want my kids to still like see each other and interact with one another, so I need all the baby moms to get on the same page. Yandy, she doesn't have a problem with it. But the other baby mamas have to get on the same page. And he also wants his kids to see him while he's in jail. So, although this is towards the end of the episode, I'll get to that. So, anyways, he brings them all together. Side note, his baby mama, Samantha, I absolutely love her mother. Like, she has, like, the cornrows in her hair. She always has on some type of, like, jacket or suit jacket. And, like, she does not play. Like, she gets mad real quick. She goes from 0 to 100 real quick. So, I absolutely love seeing her on screen. And then Mendeecees' mama is like so shady, and she don't see nothing wrong with it. She just says whatever comes to mind. And it was really sad, because you saw Mendeecees getting like really emotional, and basically he's trying to get everybody on the same page, because once he's in jail, he doesn't have control over what happens with his kids. So he's trying to get this all under control right now and have everybody come to like a mutual understanding and agreement. And basically, of course, Yandy's like, I'm not going to keep your kids away from you. I hope that we can come up there and see you as much as possible. His other baby mama, Erica, who is really pretty, by the way, she's like, hey, I can't be his mother and his father, so I want to make sure he's there. And the Samantha girl, she's kind of like, I don't know, he's a teenager. I don't know if I want him to see you like in that position. At the same time, I'm not in that position, so I can't say how I would feel or what I would think, but it would be really hard, like, to, like, not bring him around at all as if Mendeecees is dead. He's still living. He's just, like, incarcerated at the moment. But I agree with Mendeecees in saying, you know, male, he needs to hear from his dad, like, I love you. He needs to see him say that. He needs to hug him. He needs to have that interaction. Like, that alone could really, like, shape a lot of things in his life. And he would feel like his dad is still there. If he could be physically there, he would be all the time. But just even that interaction with him, especially since he's been with him all of this time. So I understood both sides, but ultimately she decided that, yes, I'm not going to keep him away from you, and I will bring him to the jail to see you. So I was pretty happy about that. Now Yandy, Rah, and Remy. So Remy, Yandy is like trying to get her to do like a little like sexy like music video, kind of like what she did for Mendeecees some seasons back. And so like Remy is slimming down real quick. She's looking real nice. She has on her little outfit and everything. She's been trying to like work out the kinks between Yandy and Remy, and the stories aren't matching. So basically, she wants them to come together and like squash this. Okay, so Yandy, you can tell she is about business. The conversation she's having with Rah is not that I necessarily agree with you, and I'm not apologizing about anything, but like, I don't care about all this extra mess. Like, all of this is business to me, including the show. So whatever you think about our friendship or whatever, at the end of the day, I'm getting paid. I have much more important things to worry about, like my husband going to jail, than whether or not you're going to be offended that I bring somebody to a party with me. I could care less. And like, it seems like Rah is like real salty. Like, she just doesn't like the fact that Yandy and Remy are friends. Like, Yandy doesn't have to be around for years and years and years in order to be Remy's friend. Like, and Rah ends up saying, like, I accept that you guys are friends. I hope you have a long lasting friendship. And I'm like, girl, lies. Lies, lies, lies. Like, why are you mad? They're friends. It is what it is. You think they're friends because you and her got into, like, a little, like, situation where y'all weren't talking. Well, whatever the case. if they were friends because of that, or if they were going to end up being friends anyway, it is what it is. They're friends. Move on with it. As long as it doesn't start affecting you guys' friendship, then that's something to talk about. As of now, just let it go, because you seem real bitter. And it seems as if Ron was trying to blame what happened at the Gwinin Fest with the fight on Yandy the entire time. Like, the girl wasn't paying you any attention. Like, Ron was like, yeah, she brought that girl in the club and she was just like dancing and singing and stuff, and like, just, so I got mad. Like, you're mad because she's living her life. Like, I'm sure she noticed you there too. But this is business. So she was not worried about, let me get back at her, or let me like flex my muscles or whatever. So I really wish that like Ra would have just like not blamed it on anybody else, just like fessed up to it. It'd be different if the girl kept like mugging her or approached her or came up to her as if there was going to be a problem. At that point, you have to defend yourself. But you approached the girl, you saw her, you started getting mad on the inside. I mean, steam just started coming out of your ears, and then all of a sudden it's like bam. Like, and you didn't have to do that. Like, you cannot have violence around your friend Remy. So why would you do that? So I understand what Pap is saying. Like, we can't have these things around us. Like, at the end of the day, it's not worth it. I don't care if you guys are friends or not. If that's going to happen, then you're going to have to separate yourself from her, because you're on parole, basically. So I was really excited that they got past that. Um, Other part of the episode. Oh, Tara, like revealing her pregnancy to Yandy. Oh, and Peter had went to the doctor with her. They're having a boy. He was happy. I felt so sorry for Tara in this moment, because she tried so hard to like hold it together and to be like, I'm fine and I have this under control. I do not want Peter. I love Peter, but it's not going to work, and I'm going to take care of me and my sons and his side chick wife, side wife. I cared nothing for her and I wish them the best. Like, that's lies. Like, I think that's what Yandy was trying to get to. Like, basically, like, stop lying to yourself. Stop trying to put on this face for everybody else. I know you're on TV and you're concerned about your reputation, but these lies that you're telling yourself, they're going to keep catching up with you. That's why you're pregnant right now, and that's why you're still having this baby. And it was a harsh reality to tell her, like, basically, like, that's why you didn't get rid of it, because you still want this fairy tale that was snatched from you, basically. You were with this man for 12 years. And I think, finally Tara's like, this is all I know. Like, he was my happily ever after. And she keeps trying to make that work, but it's not going to work. Not with Peter. Like, he has, like, shown you in so many ways, but she cannot see anything because she's blinded by love. Even when she tries to walk away, the moment he, like, comes around her, they're getting along, they're rebuilding a friendship, it's probably like old times all over again, and then she settles back into the same situation that she was in before. And she's saying now, like, well, I don't want half of Peter. I don't want a part-time relationship. I want a full-time thing, and if he can't give me that, then he may as well just go home, because that's where he goes every night anyway. But I honestly hope that, like, Tara really, like channels that, like, and really just kind of like lets it go, which is going to be hard because all three of her kids is by him. Like, she's not going to keep his kids away from him, so she's going to see him. So, I do think that she should continue to go to counseling as she was going before, and until she like gets through this, gets past this on her own time. Perhaps she could just focus on the baby now. I did hear that they've already delivered their baby and it was a safe delivery, so I'm happy about that. But I'm also happy that Tara has friends like Yandy in her life that are not going to sugarcoat it for her. She's going to tell her the truth, whether it hurts or not, because this is not only affecting Tara anymore, it is affecting her children and her unborn children at the time. So, this cycle can't go on forever. Speaking of the cycle going on forever, Peter wants to go and get a vasectomy. He hasn't told anybody but Tara, and Amina's going to be pissed. So we'll see that in next week's episode. Other part of the episode that comes to mind would be Cardi B going off on DJ Self, and he's like, well, BBOD is professional. That's why I played their music on the radio. They bought me their music, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I'm kind of here with Cardi, because it's like, I'm loyal to you. We make money together. I would do anything for you. You cannot listen to one song of mine without me putting on a stupid thumb drive. Like, how many times have you guys been around each other? You cannot just listen to her record and play the record one time. Like, you played Delicious, but you could not play any of Cardi's stuff. And I honestly think Cardi's stuff really doesn't sound bad. So I understand where she was coming from. She's like pissed off. She walks out, but I think she's getting mad because she's like, you know what? I know I joke. I know that I'm like an entertainer naturally, but at the same time, like, I have a talent and I'm good at it. I might not be the best out here, but I'm better than some of what you're already putting on the radio. And the fact that you won't give me a chance, you won't give me light, you won't help me, and I help you whenever I can, whether it's bringing out crowds of people and making money with you or whatever. You can't do this for me. I'm done with you because you're going to stop taking me as a joke. So I really hope that Cardi B is serious about that. And, she kind of just like distance herself. Not that it's going to make a big difference in DJ Self because he already has a fan base. But at least, so she doesn't have to feel some type of way towards him. But anywho, that's all I got. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check me out at mrsblogaholic.com. Bye.